Here is a voicemail from Cindy in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Hey, Bobby, I see your team is going to be playing their first game in Des Moines, Iowa. Welcome to Iowa if you happen to be able to make it to the game. Go Hogs. Love your show.
It's the friendliest state I've ever been to, Iowa, and I will be there. I should be on Thursday.
Yeah.
Game's at 3:30. I will do the show, and then I will go up to Iowa, and I will watch the game, and then I will try to be back before Friday's show. I say try. I might end up crying in an alley somewhere because Illinois is pretty good. But, yes, I will be there. I'm excited. I'm fully dressed today. I don't really wear sweats to work anymore, but my wife bought me this new Arkansas Razorback sweatsuit, head to toe today.
Wow.
I'm rocking it. I may rock it every day until Thursday when we play.
Should.
You know? So I appreciate that. I'm super excited. Eddie and I did not wear big hats this weekend because we were lucky enough to sit in the coaches section, and we didn't want to be annoying and have those huge hats on. We just didn't want to be annoying and have the huge hats on in that section.
Some of the players' parents were sitting behind us.
Yes.
They wouldn't be able to see we were wearing the big hat.
We don't want them to not be able to see their kids. They've invested their whole life into it. So, but the game we went to, we won. It's pretty cool. But we may wear them this weekend. We may wear them Thursday.
But where are your seats then?
I don't know. Abby did such good work on these massive hats. I mean, they're 2 feet tall, 1.5 feet wide, and they fit on your head. You know, they're funny.
Yeah, well, you could just take a picture in them and post.
No, you got to wear them to the game. This might be our last chance.
Okay.
If I had the full sweatsuit that the team wore pregame, I would wear it to the game. I almost wore a jersey to the game this weekend.
Yeah.
Watching him. Oh, man.
No, what? They would have thrown you in the game? You worried about that?
I'm afraid of that. They know I've been training.
Bobby, you're in.
Yeah. You never know. But I'll talk about that coming up. We'll do high-low from the weekend. But, yeah, all indications right now are that I will be in Iowa on Thursday afternoon. Okay, let's go over and do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
So there was that kidnapping in Mexico, and sadly, a couple people lost their life. I remember that van goes in. I think there are 4 of them. They're from South Carolina. They confused them for like a Haitian drug
Smugglers.
Cartel and so they go and they kidnap them thinking there's somebody else. 2 of the people die. And we're like, wait, what happened? Why did they? Turns out it was an accident. The cartel has apologized.
Oh, my gosh.
Which I never thought I would say those words. A Mexican cartel has taken responsibility and apologized for the kidnapping of 4 Americans, 2 of whom died. The Gulf Cartel Grupo Escorpiones.
Yeah.
Sounds right, man.
Says they were acting on their own in violation of cartel rules. 5 men were tied, found near a pickup Thursday morning, and a note was found on the truck's windshield saying they shouldn't have done this. We're turning them in.
I mean, how crazy is that they turned them in?
I'm surprised they didn't just kill them.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. The note says they condemn the events on Friday, March 3rd, which unfortunately, an innocent working mother died and 4 American citizens were kidnapped. For this reason, we have decided to hand over those involved and directly responsible for the events who at all times acted under their own determination and in discipline and against the rules in which the CDG has always operated.
Oh, wow.
That's from ABC and NBC News. I was so surprised they came out and apologized. And then I was even more surprised they just simply turned them in and didn't kill them. Their own people who messed up. But even they don't want to get canceled. The cartel.
No.
Hey, I felt that, buddy. You know?
I mean, do you think the real Haitian smugglers are like, oh, heads up?
They're like, yeah, maybe. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
There was some in a white van 3 minutes behind them.
They're scot-free.
And they're like, we can't believe it.
Wow.
That is wild that they apologized. The cartel. To reduce food cravings, do this simple activity. Take a 15-minute walk. Well, that's pretty easy for you to say. I don't really want some candy and go, you know what? Let me go walk for 20 minutes. I'll be back. Because I want it right now. But they say sweets and chocolate in particular, it reduces the craving by almost 50%. I'm going to walk 15 minutes and then it's not even going to be 100%.
You're going to half want it?
Yeah, it's even that. It's like, okay, flip a coin. Will I still want it when I get back?
So then if we walk 30, do we get 100%?
Exactly. I've learned that cooking stuff, though, does not go by that. If it says 30 minutes at 300, don't do 600 for 15 minutes.
Oh, no, it doesn't work that way, no.
Ovens don't even go to 600.
But I'm saying don't do that, though.
Or mine doesn't.
Yeah, mine doesn't either, I don't think. But I've asked the question, if it's like 185 for 10 minutes, like, why can't we do it in 5?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. That's from Plus One, a research publication. Some things get worse. post daylight savings time. We talked about car accidents earlier, especially hitting animals, because animals are used to the roads being at this hour clear. So they know they can walk across. Well, they can't do that sometimes. Boom, 37,000 accidents. Higher blood pressure, having outbursts at work.
Oh.
Which is just probably
Tired.
Yep.
Hormones are different because you're not getting the sleep that you need. Abusing alcohol and sleep medication.
Whoa.
Oh.
Probably because of people having outbursts at your work and you're like, I need a drink. And then sleep medication, maybe to actually sleep because you're so tired. Like, I need to get back on track. And not being as productive at work. That's from AARP magazine. You know, I look for stories about New Hampshire because I'm convinced it's just a utopia of either wonderful people or it doesn't even exist. I never met somebody from New Hampshire that still lives in New Hampshire. Every once in a while, I get a seed. Somebody go, yeah, I lived there for a while. Nah, I don't know about that. I think you were sent here by the New Hampshire Foundation. But there's a news story that comes out of New Hampshire. This hotel is deeply sorry after throwing out a box of passports, leaving students stranded for days. This is the worst story I could find coming out of New Hampshire.
Whoa.
Is that people were apologizing because they accidentally threw away some passports. I think they know I'm onto them, and so now they're starting to chum up some stuff. But that's the deal. There's a management team of the New Hampshire hotel that they destroyed the passports of dozens of students from England. Oh, they're apologizing. 42 students, 4 staff members were recently there for a ski trip, but they couldn't leave. They were collecting garbage, and so they dumped, and away they go.
That's pretty bad.
Could you imagine being in another country
That'd be
and then
terrible.
you're stuck?
I don't even know this is real, though. That's my thing. Because they don't want to do a bad story about New Hampshire because we know it's a utopia.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're going to get stuck somewhere, it's New
It's in a
Hampshire.
utopia.
Yeah.
If you're even getting stuck somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Pediatricians reveal things that you should never let your kids do. Number 1, ride in the front seat before they were 13.
Whoa.
First of all, I was like 5.
Yeah.
Sitting on the middle thing, not even in the front seat. I was 5 on the console or whatever that little
The
thing
console,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
man.
maybe didn't have airbags back
Yeah,
then.
who cares? I was rock and roll kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jumping on trampolines.
Uh-oh.
What?
Too late.
Period. It says public trampolines or trampoline parks. And even trampolines, if you're not able to be there, off limits for kids because there are so many broken bones and orthopedic injuries. Ride an ATV. Swim alone. Ride anything without a helmet. If it has wheels, put on a helmet. Or go to a house without asking about firearms. What if you had to ask every house of your kids, especially here, if you said, hey, do you have firearms? They'd be like, yeah, we sure do. Send them over. It's safe.
Yeah.
That'd be the difference.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
I guess you could just go ahead and say, are your firearms locked up?
Yeah, but even then, it would be, are they somewhere safe? Yeah. Under my bed in case I need them. We're all safe.
Right on my hip.
Under my
Yeah,
pillow.
yeah. So that's from today. I get it. Most of these are probably common sense things, but I don't think it's common sense for everybody depending on where you live. Like, could you imagine not letting your kid be on a trampoline at all for any reason whatsoever?
No.
Or a trampoline park? This magician story,
Oh,
Hilarious.
awesome.
yeah, it's crazy because I'm thinking, what would I do in the situation? And I would, I don't know that I would do what the guy did, and I'll read you the story, but I would not let it go. So, Ben Murphy, he's a magician in Australia. He's a TV host. And so he's doing one of these cruise ships. He's out there, and he has a card trick, and somebody puts a card in their mouth, and he takes the card from their mouth with their mouth, and it's like a kiss type thing. But the girl is not, it's just somebody he pulls from the crowd. So he does this card trick where he's pulling it, and her partner runs up and tackles him on stage. It's like, what are you doing
It's like
kissing
got
my girl?
jealous.
Oh my gosh.
What?
It's like he got jealous.
But that's not jealous.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
What are you doing kissing my girl? That's Bro, you don't get to call her up and then make out with her on stage.
Oh, you're on the dude side? I thought you were on the
I
magician
thought you were
side.
team magician.
That magician's an idiot. You can't be kissing random girls you're bringing up.
Wow.
And you're using.
But it was part of the trick where he's like, my
Yeah,
card
he
here.
created the trick so he could smooch with girls.
She was an older lady.
It doesn't
though.
matter.
Okay.
Hey, what?
We're all into different stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
Older women can't be
No, I'm just saying the
kissable?
magician's going to call someone up. Like, how about
Like, why not pick the hottie?
Oh my God.
know
Well,
what I
he
mean?
said too that the volunteer had given her consent, but did she even know what really she was giving her consent for?
Right.
And
Like-
even the lady was like, hey, stop hitting him. Like, hey, relax. It's a bit.
She liked it.
I'd eliminate that trick
Oh, man.
unless you made sure they were single when they came up. Because some dude is eventually going to attack you
Yeah, it just
for
happened.
making out with their girl or just kissing their girl. What a dummy.
That was crazy.
You saw the video too?
Of course. I
Wow.
loved it.
John Wick Chapter 4 is almost 3 hours long. That's the movie with Keanu Reeves, but critics are already saying it's amazing. I'll watch it.
You love those John Wicks.
Yeah, I'll watch 3 hours of John Wick.
In theater or home?
No, not theater. No way. I don't know that I'll ever go to a movie theater again unless I'm forced to. It's just an awful place where I end up in a bad mood because if I go back, and when I have gone back in the past couple of years, people are just on their phones the whole time. And I don't mind the phone, but when it's dark and you're watching a movie, it's a no phone zone. So you don't flip it up because it's like a little fireball in your hand that everybody's attention is attracted to it. So I would just rather watch it in my house. And if I got to wait, I'll wait. I don't like theaters. Seats aren't that comfortable. And they now have the new bigger seats, longer seats.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing stuff. But you're seeing, I predicted theaters would be dead a few years ago. And it's becoming dead. They're having to change what is known as the theater in every way. The movie theater from 2008 is dead. Now they have to give reservations.
Mm-hmm.
The seats have to be more comfortable. Some of them have real food. And everybody's on their phone.
Alcohol.
Assigned seating.
Crazy. That's from People Magazine. But when it comes out at home, I will watch it, and I'll watch it in 3 installments. 1 hour at a time because I get sleepy. Scream 4. No, that's Scream 6. They've done 6 of these.
Really?
Scream 6 dominates the box office with the best opening in franchise history.
Wow.
Hey, Mike D, let's go over to Movie Mike from Movie Mike's Movie Podcast. Scream 6. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Is it good?
Not really. Very cheesy, but people really like these movies.
How did this become the #1 of all time in that franchise? Scream 1 was awesome back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Why? How?
So what they're doing now is kind of remaking the first Scream. So Scream 5 was almost a remake of Scream 1, and Scream 6 is now like a remake of Scream 2. So they're bringing back that nostalgia.
Nostalgia does sell, which is why a lot of these big touring #1 concerts of the year are older acts. But I can't imagine sitting in a theater with people on their phones that won't stop talking the whole time. All right, there you go. That's the news. Thank you.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
All right, we'll come back. We'll do our high and low from the weekend. I saw, speaking of drunk people, I think they were drunk. I saw somebody get kicked out of the Opry this weekend.
Whoa.
In the middle of the show.
Someone famous?
I will not tell you yet.
Oh, man.
The Grand Ole Opry was awesome this weekend, and I went just to watch because we had people in town, and I haven't just been watching in the seats in 5, 6, 7 years. It's really an amazing show, but the cops had to come down in the middle of the show. I've seen it at football games. I've never seen it in the Grand Ole Opry, and in the weirdest time, it was a song on. It was like the worst song to ever get kicked out to. So we'll talk about that, and we'll take your calls next. had a good weekend. Caitlin's dad and grandpa were in town. And so we did a lot of stuff. We went to basketball games, went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, which is always amazing. If you come to Nashville, you got to go to that. Went to the Grand Ole Opry. And usually I'm either performing or doing the TV show while I'm there. And so I was like, hey, can I just get some tickets and just go? So I sat out in the crowd. It was awesome. I mean, I work there so much. I think sometimes it gets lost on me because I'm there all the time. It's just how special that place is. And so we went because her grandpa had never been before. And so it's a great show. It was Ashley McBride who just crushed. She's obviously amazing. She's been in here many times. And she did 4 songs. Craig Morgan,
Oh, fun.
who I texted beforehand. I was like, hey, Caitlin would really like to hear this song.
She's a big fan.
Yeah. And so he was up there basically playing requests. It was awesome. It's just fun to have friends that you can just text and be, hey, will you play this? Vince Gill, who,
Oh, come on.
funny enough, before Caitlin's grandpa had left Oklahoma to drive over here, he just has a buddy or something that was like, hey, if you ever see Vince Gill in Nashville, tell him I said hello. Just being funny. Well, Vince Gill was playing the Opry, so we went back, and I know Vince, and he was like, hey. And so Caitlin's grandpa went back with a picture of him and Vince Gill to show his friend. He was like, hey, I ran into Vince Gill.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so that was super cool. But Vince Gill is on stage, and he's playing all the hits, and he's playing Whenever You Come Around, you know?
Never you come around.
And in the middle of the song, they have to kick 2 people out for being drunk and just causing trouble. And this song is on, people are like feeling it, it's emotional, it's sad.
It's not like rowdy.
Yeah, and the cops have to come down in the middle of the Opry and remove 2 people.
Interesting.
It got so weird wherever those seats were. It was just 2 people. Everybody else having a great time. I've never seen it happen before. And I got to shout out the Opry because they saw a problem, went boom, out. The people were sitting, not the bad people, the good people were having to sit in the aisle because the other people were causing so much trouble.
Wow.
And so finally the cops came down and said, you guys can't ruin the Opry. And it was in the middle of this song. And I was like, this is not fit.
Never you come.
So does Vince just keep going? Or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Vince never, he's a pro.
That's awesome. Didn't phase him.
And he talked about the song. He said, you know, I wrote this because him and Amy Grant been married for like 26 years maybe.
Wow.
He said what the deal was. And he said he wrote the song for her before they got married. I didn't know that. He did this and he did Go Rest High,
Oh, that's nice.
which was super emotional because Caitlin's other grandfather that passed away, they played that at his funeral just like a month ago. And somebody else had passed away and he was talking about the story.
Wow.
I haven't seen him play that at the Opry many times. He played that. And then he played
I Still Believe in You.
No, he played another really good one though. More of an upbeat one because it wasn't 4 like super slow jams, but it was super cool. We had a great time, and if you get a chance to go to the Grand Ole Opry, go. I went just bought some merch at intermission, and so I'm just in there and with her grandpa and her dad, and a couple people were like, "Are you him?"
Because there's no way you'd
Right.
be at the gift shop.
And I was like, "Yeah." And so I'm taking pictures. I reposted some on my Instagram, and people were like, "What is this? Is this a joke?" And I was like, "What do you mean is it a joke? I want to buy shirts too." So we bought a bunch of stuff, had a great time. Go to the Grand Ole Opry if you come to Nashville, I'm telling you. But that was really one of the great moments from the weekend, just that in general. But we can do high-low from the weekend, and I'll do high in that me, Eddie, Kickoff Kevin, and my wife went to watch Arkansas and Auburn play basketball.
What day?
I don't even know. It was
Thursday night.
Thursday night. And we won the game, and it was amazing. We took some fun pictures, had a great time. Boom, big win. Low was the next night, went back, and then we lost the game. So that's that situation. But
Oh, sorry. To Texas A&M.
yeah. Which, by the way, I'll say this about Texas A&M. I like their coach, Ole Buzz, and I thought I had a little relationship with him to where I met him on a court once in Arkansas, and he was like, hey, I don't know. He said, I don't know who you are. My kids, they do. They like you. Can we take a picture? And I was like, sure. So I was like, we're cool. Me and Ole Buzz. And then I asked him, hey, you want to come on the show? And he wouldn't come on the show. He turned, I'm busy. He just turned me down. And I was like, A2 Brute?
What does that mean?
He like
turned on him.
He turned on me, yeah.
Oh, A2 Brute. Okay.
Julius Caesar?
I've heard of the
When
guy.
he gets stabbed, he looks at Brutus and is like, oh, you too? Like, you've also turned on me?
Was Brutus his friend?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
He was.
Didn't know that.
And so I A2 Brute'd Buzz. And so I'm going to have to put the curse on Texas A&M unless they come on the show. Unless he comes on the show.
Okay.
You don't want the curse. I put the curse on Clemson.
It worked.
You see what happened?
I don't.
They lost to South
know.
Carolina. It was a whole
A bad
situation.
season.
So,
Okay.
TikTok buzz. So that's what's up. But
Well, he's probably listening right now on Aggie 96.
Oh, for sure.
that's
For
where
sure
Amy
he
went to
is.
school. It wasn't that he didn't have time. It was like he just passed.
Well,
And that's okay.
Okay.
But I thought we had a relationship. I thought we were friendly.
maybe he just didn't. He needs to hear
No,
from
he
his
hates me.
kids to be
No.
like, remember, Dad?
He
That's
hates
our...
me.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Tomorrow I'll get the wind chimes out.
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh, the hex time.
Yeah, maybe Wednesday. We have to curse A&M. We have to curse A&M. And I like Aggies too. So that was situation. So my high was basketball. My low was basketball. Amy, you?
My high is I got new bedding, and I've been wanting this for a long time. So I'm very excited. But what it did was it motivated me to work on other things around the house. I'm moving stuff, and it's stuff I should not be doing. And because I got on a whim, I'm doing it at like 6 in the morning by myself, and I hurt my back
Oh, wow.
bad. Like yesterday, I was walking, and it would just like spasm, and it's
All
like I would
because you
buckle.
put new bedding on.
Well, that's where it started.
Yeah.
New bedding was, it inspired me, and I thought, oh, that stuff upstairs, I could do this and move this around, and then now I have spasms, so I've got to go probably see my chiropractor today.
Spasms, man.
The spasms like
They
stop
get
me
you.
in my
Spasms
tracks.
get you.
They're
In my
bad.
tracks.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like someone's hitting you with a cattle prod out of nowhere.
Oh,
That's
it's
a
not
good way to describe it.
At the Opry, too, I was going to bring this up. Bobby Osborne and the Rocky Top Express played in their bluegrass group. He's like 96, and he was singing and playing.
Bobby
the mandolin.
what's his name?
Bobby Osborne and the
Bobby
Rocky Top
Osborne.
Express. And he had two of his sons were in the group. One of them looked to be about 65 playing the drums. The other one looked to be about 30.
Interesting.
Yeah, my wife goes, I don't know, maybe 2 wives.
Quite the gap.
He was like, it's a big gap there. Maybe not, but he was 90. He was killing it.
Wow.
We can only hope to be in our 90s playing the mandolin on the Opry stage.
And he's playing fast too, like bluegrass fast.
He's playing bluegrass. He's playing chords.
Yeah.
But he was singing. He sounded good. I mean, I can't play the Opry playing bluegrass with a mandolin at 42. So at 96, I'd love to be able to do it. Lunchbox, high-low.
My high would be, even though daylight savings time is terrible and I'm tired, my kids actually slept till 7:30 instead of getting up at 6 a.m. because it was still dark. It was awesome. But my low was we had promised them we'd take them to the soccer game Saturday night. It was 41 degrees and raining, felt like 32 degrees, and we still took them to the game because they were so excited to go. And it was freezing.
That is miserable.
Oh, man.
I'll change plans. If it's something outside and it's 49, that's my threshold. It's got to be 50 or up for me to do anything outside.
Is that when you can say, oh, game's canceled?
Oh, to the kids?
Yeah, that's, I don't know how you do that. And then it was,
Eddie?
Man, I made so much money on gambling this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Sports
Oh, boy.
gambling. It
Oh,
was
boy.
crazy. So people know, I start with $40 a month. Guys, at the end of the weekend, I ended up with $180.
Wow.
Slowly, basketball, a little bit of a UFC, a little bit of that. So that was my high. Bringing it up to like $180 was awesome. My low was we did family basketball, which is great, but I jammed my finger. And I'm playing with my kids. Like, this is me, my wife, and my 4 kids. And there was a pass going to one of my boys. I tried to intercept it, jammed my finger.
It's not like pick up at the Y with other adults.
No.
It's
It's me and my little kids.
So you hurt yourself as a low. You hurt yourself as a low. It was too cold for you as a low.
oh, man, it was
Yeah.
freezing.
Are we getting old?
You know what my other low really is? I was featured as sad basketball fan on TV.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot to mention this. You know how whenever a team's losing, they find their most sad fan and show them, and they're like, "It's a rough game for these." That was me. I didn't know it until I got home, and people were tagging me, and I'm just like miserable. My eyes are like half closed. I got my hand on my face.
You know that camera guy's like, hey, look at this guy, director.
Oh,
He's sad.
they right on my face. It's on my Instagram, Mr. Bobby Bones. But I've never been sad fan before after a loss.
You mean on TV?
Yeah, but there's always
Yeah.
sad fan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad, angry fan after every loss, but I've never been sad fan that's highlighted. And then we almost didn't get to the game in time on Thursday night, Friday, whatever. And it was
Why?
stressing.
How?
Traffic was terrible. And if I'm not there when it tips, we will lose. So the fact that I got there in time and we won, that's effort.
Yeah, he believes that, Amy.
If I don't have the game turned on by tip off, I'm not superstitious. But if that's fact.
So would you just not turn it on or not go if you know you missed the tip?
Don't be crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Don't be crazy. But I was stressing a little bit, and Eddie's like, I've never seen you stress out before like
That's
this.
crazy, man. He was grabbing his hair, like,
I was like, oh, we got to get there.
we're not going to make it.
I'm driving on the shoulder, going.
Did he actually go over the speed limit?
No,
No,
we
because
weren't
traffic
moving.
was so bad. It was
Okay.
like 3
Moving.
miles an hour. It's the thing. Like, obviously, there are people and animals that I really love, but it's like my favorite thing in the whole world. So that's high-low. We got 2 injuries. We got Spasma Amy and
boy.
Broken Finger Eddie. You guys can call us if you want, 877-77-Bobby. I do want to take one quick call from Sean in Indiana. Let's go over to Sean. Sean, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Bobby?
Good, buddy. What's up?
Hey, so I'm listening to the podcast, and I listened to you talk about Stanley and how you went through hell. But the episode before, you went AG double hockey stick, and I'm just wondering how you feel about that.
Eddie, you want to tell him the difference? Go ahead.
Sure. If he's talking about the place, that's okay.
Yeah, that's not a curse word.
It's not a curse word, but if you're saying, like what's an
You're
example?
using it as an
What the-
exclamation. Yeah.
What the? He doesn't say that because that would be
That
a bad word.
Right. That'd be using it in a sense of anger. If you're cursing, you're never cursing
Yeah.
because it's just a good old-fashioned fun day.
But what if you're like, oh, hail?
What? No.
Well, Minnie Pearl, I don't know.
Hail?
But that's not
Hail?
anger, but it's saying,
No, I wouldn't do that.
okay.
I will only refer to it if it's a place. I would never say I'd say what the heck.
Oh, heck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bible speaks of hell, the place.
It's a place.
Right. So is Tupelo, Mississippi. So is Des Moines, Iowa. So is Nashville, Tennessee.
So when you talk about the song, all dogs go to.
I can say it because
You
it's a
can say
place. Right. Yeah.
Oh.
But Sean, that's totally normal of me. So thank you for calling.
All right,
All right.
thanks.
See you, buddy. All right. We'll come back in just a second.